Hello and welcome everyone to another live stream. We are back with Trackmania. I don't know if anyone is already here. If so, feel free to say hi in chat. But yeah, what we're gonna do today is play some campaign, because I have not touched the Winter 2026 campaign yet. I've played some of the previous ones, and yeah, also just recently did take a look at some of the previous campaigns, like the fall one, but not fully, just to get back into it. But the new one, that Winter 2026, I want to do on stream, and that is why, well, we're doing this today. And I thought, what better way to do this than to do a live stream, because I feel like it's gonna take a while, and yeah, a video would be very long, or I would have to split it in some way, shape or form. But yeah, like this, I think we can just take our time and just figure out every single track that is in this campaign, and especially the later ones will be probably quite difficult. But yeah, that's where we're at, and I think I need to adjust my camera a little bit. Seems to be a little off center. Just try and fix that. It should be a little better. But yeah, I think we will just go here. Just quickly checking that everything seems to be working, but really looks like it. Apart from, is Twitch actually working? I'm not 100% sure on that. Yes, it is. Okay. So yeah, I'm multi-streaming once again to YouTube and Twitch. So yeah, depending on what you prefer as a platform, feel free to choose. If you're on YouTube, well, I guess you already know where you are. It's HDee Arcade, and on Twitch it's HDee Racing. Yeah, if you prefer one or the other. And hello to Dino. Yeah, thanks. I will hopefully have a lot of fun with these maps. Yeah, let's just see. I think we will just go and yeah. Just quickly gonna turn down the music volume again, just set that up for the beginning. But yeah, let's just head into the tracks and figure out what the Winter 26 campaign is all about. So let's go. First maps most of the time are pretty easy. We'll see if that's the case once again. I remember one campaign that I tried where actually author metal on even the first 10 tracks were kind of difficult. Not super difficult, but more difficult than usual. So let's see what they went for with this one. And yeah, map 1 usually fairly simple. And we'll just see. Oh, interesting. Some snow, it looks like. Alright, alright. And there's the finish. Decently long track for a first one, and yeah, okay, this is one of those campaigns where the author medal is quite simple. I mean, this was the first run and made it by 2.5 seconds, so yeah, I think we will not have problems for the first couple of maps, but I'm pretty sure that from like map 16 onward at the latest, I'm gonna struggle a lot to get author times, so we'll see how that goes. For these first tracks, we're just gonna do a little bit more, and I think I need to turn up the in-game volume a little. Yeah, also, as always, let me know if there's anything that's not working correctly, or that, yeah, if like audio or visuals or something else seems broken in on the stream, then just let me know in the chat. But yeah, I'm just gonna drive these first maps a couple of times, just to see if I can get a decent-ish time in. I mean, this is probably all about not getting that much penalty. Maybe there's even some trick to this, like maybe you can, well, overjump of course, but maybe there's also some other things you can do to, I mean, tilting the car if you can would probably be good. Not sure what else. I think if you're, but that's more like ice stuff. If you're sideways, then sometimes you can get a little bit faster over snow, but yeah, I think here it's just all about getting, well, trying to avoid as much of the snow as you can. and then just having decent lines. Let's see if I can manage a little bit of a better time. So a little bit more like this. I had to release again. Angle wasn't great. Let's try that again. And I think we just had a follow. Actually, can't see that here right now. Maybe it was a subscriber on YouTube. I'll check in a moment. Because I did some changes to my stream setup. You can probably see that already. Some more information on screen, and also have set up alerts. And yeah, some minor stuff, also chat on screen. Just a couple of things to make the stream a little bit more engaging, hopefully. But yeah, still figuring things out, both with streaming in general and with the multi-stream also. Not 100% sure if I have every setting really dialed in yet. But I think we're doing okay. And that was a lot better. Now just last turn inside. Yeah, I think that's a decent time. I mean, it's top 65,000, so it's definitely not great, but I think there's a lot to optimize here if you want to get a good time. That I'm not gonna do, at least for now. But I think we'll move on to track number 2, and let me actually check if I can see somewhere the alerts coming in. I was actually, is it Dino or D-Noob? Not really sure. Thanks for the sub on YouTube. But yeah, everything seems to be working here, so that's good. But yeah, I'll probably have to tweak a bunch of things on the stream. Gonna take a while. I'm still very new to this. So grass map for map number 2. It's probably all about keeping the gears button as best as you can, and once again, quite easy author time. And Dino on Twitch also with the follow, thank you. I mean, as I said, you can watch wherever you feel like whatever your preferred platform is. I will try to multi-stream as far, or at least as long as I can, because I currently have it set up where I have to stream basically 2 times, so I need to encode the stream 2 times and send it with different bit rates, because Twitch is kind of fiddly with that. Like, it's, at least on paper, definitely lower quality than YouTube, because YouTube just accepts more bitrate and also higher resolution. I mean, there's 1440p streaming in beta right now on Twitch. I feel like they're a little bit behind on that, but yeah. Okay, YouTube is like 15-second delays for you. I can actually check if there is, because you can set that for YouTube. I think it's set to normal latency, so I could go to lower latencies later on. I'm not 100% sure how much of a delay YouTube puts on that, but yeah, I can try that next time, because I think that should be fairly doable. So I could definitely go lower on the latency part, but I would have to restart the stream to do that, so that's for next time. I think it's okay for now. But yeah. Let me just see. So I think we will try and improve this once again a little bit more. Did I eat the gear there a little? Sounded like it. I think that's also a big part of this, and well, I guess to do this really well, you probably can no slide here in certain sections. So yeah, 51,000 in the world. I mean, a lot of people are playing these campaigns. It shows about 300,000 for map 2. So seems like that, at least from the looks of it, Trackmania is doing quite well. I mean, the first 10 tracks are also free to play, so anyone can play these. I'm not 100% sure how many will be playing from map 11 onwards. That's really slow. Let's try that again. And I shouldn't eat the gears. Did have a gear down there, I think. Interesting. I would say that it's probably possible to keep gear 4 here. And yeah, it is, and that should be quite a lot faster. A little bit too far outside, but still. Yeah. And hi Rose Artemis in YouTube chat. Welcome. Yes, a live stream. I want to try to get these in every once in a while. I'm not sure if I'll be able to every week. I'll try to do my best. But yeah, every time that I can, I will try to do this because it's super fun. I had a lot of fun. We did a live stream on Sunday with, well, doing some under 10 seconds first and then doing the weekly shots discovery. It was super fun. So yeah, I want to do this more often if I can. And still, I'm eating the gears. I shouldn't do this. Interesting. I feel like you can no-slide that uphill, but I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to. And I gear down. Well, this map actually... there's a lot more to it, I think, than it seems. That was a little bit too wide. Just try to do a no-slide and at least keep the gear. And yeah, it's possible, but I think that line was just too wide. Even though I have a lot more speed, it's not quite enough. The entire section before the drop is no-slide. Yeah, would have assumed so. Yeah, I'm really not able to do this. And I also still jump a little bit up that hill. It's also not great. And then I keep the gear. So far, yes. That wasn't great. Let me try one more time. And I think then we'll move on to the next track. I mean, we have Author Medal already. That's the main part that I want to do. But yeah, still want to give all these tracks a fair shot. Did I hit the pole on the inside there? Interesting. Oh, come on. It seemed kind of decent. Not the greatest landing, but that's a decent improvement. I'm happy with this. I think we'll leave it at that. Yeah, Rose Artemis gear management is definitely one of those things. Yeah, I struggle with it as well. Yeah, also someone recommended in a YouTube comment at some point that there is a plugin to have the skid marks be, well, more visible and that it's easier to see when you actually are doing the no-slide. I haven't gotten that myself yet because I feel like I will just be distracted by it and not really be able to do anything with it yet. But yeah, maybe in the future. And hi Carl Raven, welcome. So, well, no tournament. We're doing the the Winter 2026 campaign, so the 25 official tracks. And we'll just see how well we can do. And yeah, for the first ones, getting author times on those is pretty easy, but it will definitely get more complicated towards the, well, I would say from track 16 onwards. Like, we'll see, maybe even 11 onwards is already gonna be a little bit tougher. Yeah, not even, like, it definitely wasn't great, this one, but still author time, so yeah, these first ones are quite easy. And it's interesting that after that after that grass map, we have now a dirt map, which kind of wants the same things. And this is a very interesting section, because this uphill, I think you could take that outside, but I think then you have a really, really bad line for the corner afterwards, so I'm not quite sure if that's really the play. I think I'm just gonna do something like this, but yeah, that's really awkward then to do that. And well, that last one, oh yeah, you can get this smooth then. Interesting. This track is also no slide madness. Yeah, I think especially in the campaign, if there's a grass or a dirt map, a lot of the time it's all about no sliding to get like a perfect run, or at least a run that can compete. For now, not the thing I want to focus on. That is really a skill that I think needs time to develop, and I'm still crashing from time to time, and I think it's more important to just get the basics down before I do stuff like that. And interesting. And also I noticed before that CP ring there is some penalty surface, and maybe you can over jump that, or at least a little bit. So let me, you can't really? I'm not quite sure. And I lost the gear there, that was not great. I feel like I need to be more on the inside here to have a better line for this. But that's still not great, I think. And definitely some things to figure out here. Once again, 61k in the world is not a great rank. Well, I think there's a lot to improve here. This line is just so awkward if you go too wide on that steep uphill. Oh, still an improvement. And I think we'll take it for now. And move on to track number 4. Oh, do you know you're top 300 in the world on the campaign? And still struggling with no slides? Okay, then I definitely don't have to feel bad. That's good to hear. So what do we have now? Oh. Not really getting that corner correct. Maybe this... Well, for an early map in the campaign I kind of would assume there is no drifts here, but I'm just driving badly right now, so can't really tell yet. But maybe there is. Maybe Nadeo does put in some drifting in the campaign. Well, later on of course, but the early tracks normally are just full speed without the brake needed. Where do we go? Ah, okay. Just fly to the finish. Okay. Yeah, once again, easy author time, but yeah, we can do a lot better. 200k in the world is not a great time. And I quickly gotta go to Twitch because someone is just spamming there. How can I even... I need to figure out... Yeah, it's definitely a bot. I need to figure out how to even do this. Am I this confused? There. Let's see. I can block him. Okay. Yeah, sorry for that. Need to also figure out how to do things with moderation in the chats. And yeah, I had this last time as well. Like in Twitch chat, there are a bunch of bots going on with like view bots, and I don't know, it's really weird. But this seems like a fun track. I actually do enjoy this. I think that's not great. I'm probably gonna flip here. Actually, no. That was okay, I guess. Interesting. So... And thanks for the follow, Rose Artemis, also on Twitch. And I kind of need to get all that information up on screen here for me somehow. As I said, I'm still figuring out things for live streaming. So I have done a bunch of overlays for the stream itself, and I have the two chats open on my second monitor, but I'm not currently seeing the notifications from follows, from subscribers, and so on. So need to figure out how to set this up here. But as I said, this is kind of a fun track. Almost hit the wall there, but not quite. I feel like here, if you can go quite far inside, that's probably nice. Even though I'm actually a lot slower then. Maybe taking a wider line could be good here. Now let's give this one or two more shots and then move on to the next one. Maybe, well, that was too much of a jump. Maybe if you can keep a lot of speed on the plastic, so just not steer as much, and you can maybe gain a lot of time there. And here probably you don't want to get the auto slide, so... And I jumped again. Yeah, that's a lot slower again. Okay, one more try. And Rose Artemis, something tells you that the world record here has a giga zoop. Probably, I mean, every time there's a reactor involved, there's always shenanigans. Almost always, I would say. Get the auto slide again, but... Yeah, probably, yeah, most important to keep gear 5 in the plastic turn. Let's see if we can get that. Just notice that I dropped to 4th gear there. Yeah, dropped it again. And did get the jump again. Okay, one more try. And then we'll move on. I don't want to spend too much time on these first tracks. There are a lot still to go. And we can still revisit these in the future if we want to. Almost still dropped the gear. And my ghost is already fast approaching from behind. Oh well, it's fine for now. I think we will move on and see here. What do we have next? This looks like old car. I already see a ring, and that's a rally car. Okay. And now a desert car. Interesting. Ah. That always... I don't know, the handling on these cars... I have played a lot of United and United Forever. I don't remember the handling being this sensitive, but it probably was. And I just didn't care or know any better back then. Oh. No car. So we get every single car here. Interesting. So this is just figure out a way to be consistent with every single old car that there is. This is where probably action keys would come in very handy, but I don't have those set up. Okay, that's penalty. That's not a great idea. I was like, maybe you can kind of cut there, but I think that's slower. Really difficult to not tip this desert car over. Well, not tip it over, but if you tip it too much, you just lose so much speed. Therefore, that's not great. And also, I'm sliding a bit with the desert car. That's also not optimal. You really need to have a great angle to begin with the desert car on the, like, when you are down the hill. And why am I losing speed there? What's going on? If I remember correctly, desert car is all tap 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 to be fast. Oh. A little bit of a slide out with a snow car. But at least this is all the time. This is the first one that's actually decently difficult. Well, not difficult, but that's not... If you make some mistakes, then you will not just get it handed the author medal this time. That's really not great. I could grab a little bit of penalty at the end with desert car. Okay. We'll try that. And yeah, checking world record, of course, would be definitely a thing that would help us in some way. But for now, I'm not gonna do that. Something happened with my camera, it just didn't seem to work for a second, but I think it's back. Yeah. Almost. These old cars are definitely something I'm not that great with yet. Mainly stuck with Stadium when learning. But it's definitely something I want to do in the future. I for sure enjoyed these cars back in the day. And yeah, I kind of want to get to grips with them in this game as well. But it's gonna take a while, I think, until we actually figure out how to drive this properly. Trying to not steer too much, but you need to steer at least a little bit, otherwise you're not making the corner. Also not sure about this snow car uphill. To not slide out there. But yeah, I think that's fine for now. Not really my favorite track so far, but it's fine, I guess. And now we can move on to the green tracks with track number 6. And yeah, once again, welcome to everyone that's watching right now. I see we have 4 viewers on Twitch, and I can't really see how many on YouTube right now. But welcome to everyone. Feel free to say hi in chat. We're just doing the Winter 2026 campaign. I have not played that yet. When I came back, it was already out, I think. Yeah, I think it just came out when I came back to Trackmania, and I decided to hold off on it and just do some other stuff and do the campaign later on when I have some, well, I have some more idea of how to drive again. I'm still very much a beginner, but yeah, still. And what do we have now? Interesting. And oh, I also just noticed, that's not very smart of me, I did not change the stream title on Twitch. I probably should do that. So let me quickly check that. Where can I set the title? Twitch. Stream info. Alright, let me actually change this because it does not make sense to have the old title. So this, and I think everything else is fine. So yeah, so no one is confused when they join the stream. Yeah, I think that works now. Great, sorry for that. And we'll continue with track number 6 now. Which seems to be the first mixed track. And I really need to go outside on that uphill, otherwise you'll just jump. And it once again has these like snow patches here to slow you down, but I didn't really see a good way to skip that. Oh, couldn't quite make that full speed, but maybe it was just a bad angle, bad line. Very interesting, this snow patch. Just some little bit weird feeling, I would say. Probably just straight across, yeah, it seems to be better. And then just aim it here. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought the corner was already there. I did hit the wall, but whatever. We'll continue for now. Just have to see the rest of the track. Which... oh, interesting. A little bit towards the right on the drop down, and then... oh, and that's all the time? Okay, once again, this one was maybe a little bit too easy. Is this faster? I think I was just trying to go a little bit sideways over the snow, but I don't think that really does anything. That's once again something where we could check the world record just to figure out what they're doing there. And you can jump quite far if you have a lot more speed. Okay. Once again here, author time is super easy to get. Not quite sure why the previous map was comparatively a lot more difficult. Okay, the snow thingy is just press forward. Okay, that's good to know. I always wonder with these things, there's so many different interactions between different surfaces that like sometimes it's really hard to know what's actually best there. Like especially then also when old cars come in and you have to go like, for example, a bobsleigh with rally car, go like super sideways, like up the wall and stuff like that. It's super weird, all the different interactions. There's just so many things to know, and if you don't know them, I think it's really difficult also to figure them out. Yeah, something like this on this uphill, and then just try to aim this jump properly. And I had to release a little. Something like that. I'm always misaiming this jump. I'm already disregarding the "it's just press forward" advice. Wasn't on purpose. And now aim somehow, somewhat. Now a little bit towards the right. That was a lot faster than my previous attempt. Really difficult to aim for me. Just you have to... Basically you have just one moment to get that steering motion correct. And I hit the wall. Once again. Alright, that's a lot better. Now... I took too much of the inside. Don't have to do more here, but I'm just enjoying this, so for now we'll try to get some decent-ish times. But as I said in the beginning, especially in the later tracks, just getting author time, or I think for the last 5 tracks, just finishing them will be quite difficult, but I'm also not quite sure if we'll get to those today. I still didn't jump quite as far as in that previous attempt, and that's a lot faster if you can overjump the snow down the hill. I'll probably have to focus on just having a lot of speed for that. And you probably also don't want to land flat there because it's penalty surface, and I think there you do want to have a little bit of a wonky landing, or less of your tires touch the ground there. Okay, okay. But you probably also can, if you have a lot of speed, just overjump this completely. Hit the sign. Okay, a couple more tries, like 2 or 3 more, and I think then we'll move on. Oh no. Okay, one more. Or maybe just get a landing like this. And my other run is so much faster and can overjump this. Okay, I think this is something I maybe take a look at if I revisit this track. in the future. But for now, I think we're fine. And let's move on to track number 7. And before we do, quickly once again check everything is working. But it looks like it is. So let's continue. What do we have now? Is this now a tech track? This could be our first tech track of the campaign. We'll see. Okay, so far no. This is probably also full speed. This, however, is definitely a drift. Then, okay, up here. And down the hill with a lot of speed. Yeah, okay, you can probably make that smooth. That's, well, not barely, but it's author time with not that much to spare this time. But that's totally fine, I made so many mistakes in this. These first ones are full speed, I would say. If I was continuing to steer, it would probably be helpful. Yeah, maybe I just need a little bit of a better line there. Yeah, okay. That's a little bit tighter than I remembered. And the hill here, probably lost a lot of speed. Can probably keep a lot more. Oh, no, don't hit the wall. And yeah, okay. Interesting finish. Okay. Yeah, just a fun short tech track, I would say. Tech-ish. I think there's like one drift for sure. I'm not quite sure about the uphill. Maybe you can even do that without... Yeah, probably not, but not like super tech heavy. Oh, really bad angle. Maybe you can even cut this somewhere, somehow. That was just way too slow. Took a little bit of the penalty, but also did slow me down, so that could make the corner. And let's see if we can now make this downhill. Still not quite, but I think you can probably do this. Once again, too much penalty. I think it's a lot in this uphill, the time that you can gain or lose. Not better. It had to release a little bit more than I wanted. Yeah, something like this. Almost. Oh no. Well, still quite an improvement, and I think with that we can move on to track number 8. And I hope that everything is still working fine on the stream side of things. Looks like it is, as far as I can tell. All right. Good. Then let's move on. And dirt track once again. Okay. Okay, that booster is very interesting. Yep. Okay. I maybe should have kept going, but... lost all the gears there. Where am I going? Here. Okay. Oh no, let's just continue to see the rest of the map. And yeah, this turn is sharper than it looks. Okay. Well, first time, no author and also no gold medal. Yeah, eat the gear. Once again, whatever. Let's continue. Probably also hear once again a lot about not hitting the penalty surfaces too much. And not eating all the gears like I'm doing right here. Okay, that's author medal once again. We gained a lot of speed and therefore gears from this booster. It's probably wise to try and keep him. Something like that. Okay, without hitting the road barrier, be preferable. That's the more speed uphill and yeah, okay, I see. But yeah, once again, dirt track, so probably some no sliding and also gear management 100%. Yeah, doing something like this, I mean, you can see how much more speed I have, but you also need to have the right angle then. Otherwise, he'll just jump. There's also less penalty surface, I think. Always not angled enough and costs me. Really difficult to control, for me at least. Probably going early like this is good, well, without the jump and without taking all the penalty surface. And I'm also eating these gears all the time. Or something like that. Probably don't have to go as wide as I did last try. And okay, to get a little bit of a slowdown there, or just lost a lot of speed in that last dirt section, but I think that's still fine. Where did this put us? Top 15k. Well, that's okay, I think. Let's move on to the next track, number 9. And see what this is all about. Okay. Where do we go? Here? Mm-hmm. Probably like this. Might be a drift or just a little bit of a release, and there's the finish. Okay. Well, author time once again, but what was it? Like top 200k? Oh, 100k. Okay. Can get that smooth, and then all this penalty. They love their penalty services, this campaign looks like. No, I wonder what, like, what is there to this map? Well, maybe this turn, if we can get that full speed. But other than that, there is really not that much. At least it feels like that to me. And Dino, you're at world record here. 2 hours after the campaign released. No, but still. I mean, world record is world record. Oh, yeah, I think these first tracks are also really competitive. I mean, there's still like 200,000 people playing these. A little bit too far behind for my liking, but wanted to see. Yeah, I think you can get this full speed. Probably lots of little things on this track that separate the decent drivers from the really good ones. How did I lose so much time there? It's probably just a bad line through the loop, I guess. Oh, okay. Seemed a little bit better. Yeah, easily full speed, just turn in timing. It's just a little bit difficult because you don't see the turn coming because of the loop. But yeah, that's a lot better. If I go as far left as I can on the penalty section, there's a small hill. Okay. Well, let me just check this out. We probably mean this first penalty section here. Ah, just a really bad angle right now, but let's just check it out. No, can't really. I mean, like taking this. Oh, that's probably really difficult. Yeah, it's very precise. Okay, I was about to say. That's the difference between world record and top 1000 on this track. Interesting. You probably need to be, oh, yeah, probably need to be quite far right and then try and take that. Didn't really get it, but I see what you mean. But yeah, cool track, I would say. Like, there's not too much to it, but I mean, we need those tracks as well in the campaign. And now we get to the last one that's free to play, and it's a multi-lap. I'm not quite sure if I think my camera is blocking that, but 2-lapper. So let's see what this is about. Might be drifts. Oh yeah, for sure. Probably need to carry that drift there. This, okay, this was that. Yeah, I think you need to extend the drift somehow. To get that last corner before the finish a little bit better. This is just about precision. Maybe. I think it is. Go a little bit wider to have a better line through this. Still not enough. Maybe you do need to release a little bit. Oh yeah, probably the really good drivers can take that full speed, I would assume. Oh yeah, you can take it full speed. Let's see. Oh, a little bit too much speed. I should have released for that. Okay, let's go once again. Yeah, so far I'm liking the tracks of the campaign. Curious how especially the more difficult ones are gonna be. Like, I've seen, I think, some of the black tracks because of EWC, ENC qualifiers. But they look quite difficult for someone like me. Release a little. Okay. Oh, a little bit faster. Ah, I forgot that this is a drift now. In the second lap. Okay, once again. Okay, in the first you need to release, in the second lap. Other way around. In the first you don't need to release, in the second lap you do. Yeah, probably if you can carry all that speed, then it's all about turn and timing here, I think. Yeah, like this. I had to hit the inside, but let's continue. Once again, not great drift timings here. That's a cool multilapper. I like this. Just because there's a difference actually in the first and the second lap. Yeah, a little bit too early on the turn in there. That was a really bad line. Yep. Okay, one more. Hopefully. I don't want to get another improvement here. Definitely get that line a lot better, but still continue. Oh no. Now I was a little bit too early on the turn in. So we do need another. Come on. Not amazing drifts, but we'll take it. If we can now nail the rest of this. Oh no. Once again, too early on turn in. And I think that's gonna lose us all our advantage. Well, almost. Well, it's an improvement. I think that's okay for now. And I think, ding ding ding, we can now play all the rest of the tracks. Okay, so they only unlock once you're finished all the first of the 10 ones. All the 10 first tracks. What am I even saying? But yeah, how long have we actually been going for? About an hour. Okay. I think that's decent. I mean, I could have gone through these first tracks faster for sure, but I mean, why not take our time and do a little bit of just seeing what the track is actually about instead of just moving on after one go. So, alright. Yeah, seems like stream-wise everything is still looking fine. That's nice. Hope you're enjoying this one. And okay, I'm getting spoiled already. Good luck on this next one. First ice map of the campaign. Well then, ice, my precious, my favorite. Let's see. I did play a little bit of ice when the game came out, but yeah. What is, like, can you just jump? I'm really confused about this. Well, you shouldn't be. Probably just jump here? I see. And then ice. Well, was some form of an ice slide, and this is road. And like, I'm still so confused why they didn't make the surfaces more clear. Sometimes it's so difficult to tell if it's ice or if it's road. I might need to get a plugin for that at some point. Yeah, Rose Artemis. Ice is... would I say ice is my nemesis? Maybe. But it's... If it's not my nemesis, it's definitely not my strength either. I think ice is just something that you have to put a lot of practice into to be somewhat competent at it. And like the really good ice players, I think they are just on another level when it comes to ice driving. And I'm way too slow here, right? Okay, but let's just see. Ah, I see. I think I see it. You just go here and then... okay, a little bit wider. Or maybe I'm just too slow, but... Okay. Did get the risky finish. Did get bronze medal. Nice. Okay. Let's see, so probably a lot more insight for this first ice slide here. So difficult to control. Come on. Yeah. Okay, better texture mod. I'll look into that. Because I feel like... Yeah, this is just... Like here you can kind of see it, but then like up the hill it looks like... Is this still ice? No, this is actually road. Okay. Why? And here that it's still ice, or ice again. It's a little bit difficult. So maybe I'll take a look. And, okay. I need to really take a look at this angle, because I don't think this is an ice slide. You just go up the hill a little, maybe, and then... Something like this, and then... Up. Yeah, okay. If you do have more speed, then you don't need to go as steep there. Just jump against the finish if you do. Wasn't great either. I think for these transitions from ice to road you also need to be kind of straight to preserve speed. Also not that easy to do. Yeah, now something like this. And then don't jump against the finish. Okay. Well, I made it. And did get auto medal. Nice. But yeah, ice definitely not my forte. Oh, but interesting also, I just noticed there's only 85,000 people now. So, yeah, all the free-to-play players are not playing these anymore, obviously, because these tracks from 11 onwards are only in club access. So we only have now 85,000 people to contend with, to compete with. That is why also that run was already 18,000. Well, still bad, but... Also, I'm still not really sure. And that wasn't really an ice slide, so I lost a lot of speed. Maybe you do even release that to land earlier. Hitting the road border once again. Come on. That was a little bit too much of a release, but maybe just to land earlier, a little bit of a release here could work. And then you set up for a better ice slide, which that was not. Yeah, so ice is so difficult. It's you need to be able to just feel it out when you have the right angle that you then counter steer. As I said, that was too steep and that lost me speed. Also, I'm not sure if I need to go very high on this wall or what's faster here, but you need to get a good angle for sure for that finish ramp. Better angle for that ice slide. Too far inside. Not enough angle again, didn't get an ice slide. That's still fine, I think. A little bit up, get a good angle for this ramp. Then something like this. So looks like my first run was actually decent, at least for my skill level. So I think once again we'll move on. Let me actually get a little bit of a drink. All right. What do we have now? Oh, I think I've seen this one. There was a Cup of the Week where this was the featured map, if I remember correctly. I think I saw this on virtual stream. Not that I remember much, but I think there was some uphill with the zigzag. Oh, and this is also very much zigzag. So precision, I would assume. So this side of the hole. Okay. Yeah, that's so much precision here. And there was also something about this jump. Yeah. As I said, I remember seeing this. Not that I really learned much from it. Or that I will be able to drive this probably. Like, I really don't know how to take this. Come on. Okay, let's finish this once. Great. Okay, I can't do anything about that wall bang. That's really slow, but this is the precision stuff that I'm really bad at so far. It's all about like the timing, and you have to have that feeling for it. I remember, I think it was, maybe it was the last campaign or the campaign before that I did play. There was also some uphill with chicane or like a slalom, and it was just really tough for me. Come on. Well, that might be good practice for this stuff. Here I don't know, probably release. Not jump too far. Once again hit the wall. Well. Still ahead, because I didn't respawn. And that's even quite close to author time with that wall bang. I think can do a lot better. It's all about feel for the timing, because you're just a little bit too late on turn and then you just don't make a proper line, and then you'll just be super slow or just hit a wall. Depends. That was decent-ish, but I also wasn't fast. Yeah, I remember the pros being like so consistent and super fast on this when I watched the Cup of the Week. Even in this first one, I'm kind of struggling. Okay. Ah. Bad landing at the top. Didn't release enough. Why did I hit the wall there? I don't know. Still an improvement. Let's try and get a better line, at least in the start here. Or maybe just hit another wall. Yeah, this might be a map that I have to play if I want to learn precision. It's one that I feel like could teach that kind of well. Ah. What's this line? And yeah, you can't go right side of that hole, you just don't have the proper line for the slalom. Once again. There might be something I have to practice a little bit more, which could be that this map is a good fit for that. And I want to be more on the outside here and then decent line through this, but not hit the inside. Not that easy. Tracks are definitely getting more difficult, even though this is probably still considered quite easy. But for a still very much beginner like me, it's getting tougher, for sure. Forgot to air brake. I don't want to get another improvement. There's like so much time left on the table. In that previous best. Okay, made it. A little bit too much of a release. Not great, but was okay, I guess. Carry a lot more speed than my previous best attempt there. Just turn and timing for that. It's just very difficult to judge. But maybe I also don't want all that speed, because then I won't be able to make that uphill. Still, wanna try. once again, that inside corner. Not great, but still faster. And then a little bit of a release. Ah, what's that landing? No, don't want to get overtaken. Ah, that was the really bad end in the last previous best. Okay, so yeah, at least I improved and we are top 31,000, so that's really not great. But I think we'll move on for now. But yeah, definitely a track to keep in mind for if I want to improve on this precision stuff. And this also seems familiar. This was probably the second cup of the week then. Yeah, because this looks really familiar once again. Oh, okay, Dino, gotta go. Yeah, then have a good dinner, have a nice rest of the evening or day or wherever you are. And yeah, I'll probably not be live for much longer, so thanks a lot for joining and have an awesome day. See ya. Alright, dirt map once again. I'm like, how? I remember at least vaguely that for this corner they were kind of doing a no slide. Like, really, I don't even want to think about it. Just probably should think about not eating the gear and trying to make this corner somehow. Then there was some penalty up here. Okay. And what else? Okay, kept the gear. Almost made that jump. But almost. Okay, we need more speed there. Nah, come on. How do you... Ah, probably something like this. Try to keep a little bit more speed. Almost. Oh, really bad angle. Okay. Ah, come on. Yep, these tracks are getting more difficult, but maybe this is the kind of challenge that I need to actually improve. Even though even the Trackmania school, which I did more of, had definitely some challenges, at least in terms of completing the track with author medal. I mean, here it's for now it's just about completing the track at all, which would be kind of helpful. But yeah, Trackmania school is gonna come back probably tomorrow with a new video, and I will continue the dirt campaign there, which is kind of fitting for this one here. And I can say that I did struggle quite a lot more on the... was it track 7 and 8, I think? So yeah, definitely even that is getting a lot more challenging. At least for the goal that I've set myself of trying to get author medal either for the first time or again. And if I can even improve my previous best. Oh goddammit, it's not gonna be fast enough for this. Well, let's continue for now. Because I still have no clue what the rest of the track is about. Okay. I see. Well, that's fair that that's not author medal. I think for me, getting author medal will all pretty much depend on that one jump, that I make that clean and actually keep the speed. And that is very likely all about this turn, getting a lot of speed from that. And also not really doing the start properly. I need to be more on the inside, so actually make this turn. Right, okay. Here, probably stay on the outside, not hit the wall preferably, but okay. Still a lot faster. Kind of made the jump. Nope. And that was not enough steering. Didn't think that was such a sharp angle. Come on. Start is more difficult to me than I would have imagined. Well, it's these gear shifts that you need to get and then get this left-hander properly. It's actually kind of sharp. And there's this bump on the inside, which I should probably not hit. Come on. Keep the gear again. Ah, whatever. Let's continue. This is more like it, I think. So, yeah, should be a lot more speed. Still not making it clean all the way, and oh, that uphill is also sharper than I thought. Okay, this is actually where it gets a little bit tougher for me. So, yeah, track 12 already, and now 13, giving me a little bit more of a headache than the previous ones. Well, let's continue. Still. Okay. Need to remember what was the sharp corner. Oh boy. Really? Then it was just this downhill, uphill to the right, sharp-ish. And then a finish. Okay. So yeah, I do need to get this transition clean for once. So otherwise I will probably not get the author medal. I'm still struggling in the beginning here. Why? Here. Here. Yeah, okay. Once again. Gear shift. Gear shift. Did eat it once again. 27 less speed. Oh, whatever. Third is difficult. Do I have the speed now? Actually, let me check something. Is it better to jump like on the side here? Probably not. Okay. Next gear lost. Well, this is 80 pace at least, if I don't mess up the end. Take it easy here. Yeah. I think that's fine for now. I think we're now getting to the point where it's not about just trying to get a good time after I've gotten the author medal. I think it's now about just getting the author medal itself, which is getting a lot more difficult. Alright. What do we have next? This one I don't know again, so this must have not been in Cup of the Week. I think there were also just 2 Cup of the Weeks with campaign tracks, at least the first campaign tracks, and I think then there were the Elite Cups, so the EWC, ENC qualifiers. I did watch that. Was once again, like, these tracks look super difficult to begin with, and then seeing people for like, I don't know, 30, 40 rounds, I don't quite know even, but a lot of rounds where they are so consistent, and Spoiler alert, Mother winning twice. It was just ridiculous to watch. Super fun, but yeah, I don't understand how they can be that fast and that consistent. It's just, yeah, ridiculous to me. So yeah, once again, of course, looking forward to next week. Super enjoyable to watch the yeah, Elite Cups, the qualifiers. Yeah, Rose Artemis is ridiculous. Like, I haven't gotten to these tracks yet. We will get to them. I mean, they are in the campaign. They are the black tracks here, but I will be happy if I'm able to finish them. Like, I think the goal for me would be to get gold medal, because I don't think I will be able to get author medal within a reasonable time frame. But yeah, just seeing the pros being just super fast and at the same time super consistent, it's just, yeah, mind-boggling. It's just ridiculous how good they are. And this is a really weird corner with the reactor boost uphill. And it's probably fast here to go a little bit over the penalty. Here I just need to be more on the right and then already turn in. Right. More like this, and still should air brake, would be helpful. Almost hit that tree, bush, whatever, but managed to avoid it. And here it's probably just... Oh, I see. This might be a drift. Why am I so slow? Acceleration penalty, I guess. It's like, I did take the booster, but did hit the wall before. That's probably just acceleration penalty. Okay. That's silver medal. So let's hopefully do a little bit better this time. I'm not quite sure about how to take this first corner. That was definitely too slow. I think you do want to take at least a little bit of the penalty and then also do a drift at the end here. That's just 50 less speed. Let's not do that. I don't even know what exactly I did in the first place here. I tried at least to stay on the road a little bit more than this and didn't hit a flag. That's probably helpful. Yeah, and forgot to air brake once again. Maybe let's go a little bit more inside here. Then just do a little bit of a drift for this. I think I did release too much and was a little bit too slow now for the transition. That was not great, but something like that. Okay. I'm figuring it out slowly, but surely. I don't know why I'm always forgetting the air brake here, and then just have such a bad line for this, I don't know, off-road section over the penalty. Just such high grass on this new environment, on this, is this the Valley Vista, I think? Air brake now. Right. Still not a great line. Whatever, let's continue. Okay. With reactor boost and drifting, that's also something I have no clue how that works and how you do that properly. I think my drift was just a little bit too early. Once again, really bad line through this penalty section. Didn't quite make the transition. But that's still a lot faster. But, oh, okay, actually, only, in parentheses, gold medal and almost 2.5 seconds of author. So, yeah, it's going to get tougher here, I think. There's still a lot of time left, and especially if I get that transition correct. What happened there? Okay, something happened in the loop. Did clip something. That's not fast. Let's restart this. A little bit too wide. But yeah, these tracks are for sure getting more difficult just to drive and to finish, but then also the medal times are getting tougher. Yeah, you can probably also gain a lot of speed in that penalty section. I was just super slow there because of my line. Once again, really not getting that properly. Oh. Not great. Okay, whatever I was doing there. Maybe just also my brain is not functioning properly anymore. That could also be. I mean, it's been quite a long day with work and such. It's a sign, otherwise this could have been okay. Yeah, at some point after a long work day and then driving tracks that are getting increasingly more difficult is probably gonna fry my brain. So I think we are also not gonna go for that much longer. I kinda wanna try and get this author medal. Let's see how far I'll be off if I get a little bit of a better run. This was just, yeah, a really bad line through there. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I don't know. It was okay when I started the stream. I was not feeling that drained. It was an okay day at work, but yeah, at some point still. It's getting a little bit too much. Okay, decent start. Just the line through here is just so important, and I'm always messing that up. I think I need to just be a little bit wider at the start and just cut in after the checkpoint. I think I clipped again? Or what was that? Something like this. Yeah, half a second. I mean, that's not nothing. Am I now fast enough? No, I'm not. That's a really bad transition. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe this isn't even the drift after the reactor boost. Maybe that's just have the good angle and then be able to take that full speed. Not 100% sure. Too late on turn in. It's way too early on. What am I doing? As I said, maybe it's the brain getting fried. It's just super slow. Yeah, decent. That was not great, but still a little bit ahead. Something like this and... Oh. What did I do? Huh? Something like that, and then you actually do make this. Okay, let's just see how much faster that would be. Okay. At least that was not a proper run, and that's 2 seconds, 0.13. So, yeah, with a better run overall, I think auto time is definitely possible. Just don't know if I'll get it this session. But let's try. Just a couple more. That's half a second gained. This is just... How do I... Something like this. Do a drift with the reactor and then just release to make the corner if I'm too fast or just don't have a good angle. And then it's... I wouldn't say it's simple, but it's definitely possible to then get that transition clean. Come on. What am I doing again? Too much penalty. Still not a great line over the penalty surface. And that was too much release, actually. Interesting, I thought I was way too fast. Yeah, but drifting with reactor is also something... I can't really figure this out yet. Okay. Was okay first, but too much penalty once again. Okay, there's half a second once again. I think this would not be enough speed. No. So I think you need to go a little bit wider with the reactor to preserve more speed. Just too much inside this time. Again, half a second. Fairly consistent at that, at least. And do we make it this time? We do, we do. So let's not mess up the end. Almost did. Ah, it's not quite enough. 0.182. Okay, let's give this a couple more tries. Not like this. They're close, close. Yeah, author times are for sure getting tougher, so I would assume that for, well, maybe the next track, that's still quite possible for me, track 15, but from 16 onwards, if it's anything like the last campaigns, then it might be time to settle for more, a little bit easier goals, so probably gold medal, at least for the beginning. Otherwise I'll just have to play these tracks too much. I mean, already on this one, I don't know, should maybe have put up a timer to see how long I've been going on this one, but I think it's been a little bit. This line is really not helping. Look behind, but still keep going. A little bit of a better line through the penalty section once again. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, I think the brain is kind of losing focus here. I think go for a couple more tries and then I might have to call it here. Clearly not focusing enough anymore. I kinda wanna get this. Where am I going? Take a wider line here again. Not that wide, especially not over that section. Oh, come on. Better line through here and get a little bit more speed. Yeah, okay. Don't mess up the end. Don't mess it up. Yes, finally. Nice, nice. I don't know how long this took, but that's author medal, and I think that is enough for today. So we did get every track so far with author medal. As I said, I think from 12 onwards, 12, 13, 14 were definitely more difficult, and 14, yeah, I was struggling, I would say. So yeah, I think I'll call it for today here. Was a fun session. I think we were going for, well, almost 2 hours now. Okay, didn't expect that. Was awesome having a lot of people here in both Twitch and YouTube chat. So I'm not quite sure who is still here anymore, but yeah, thanks a lot for being here. Thanks a lot for watching. And yeah, there will be a video on the Trackmania school dirt campaign, probably tomorrow. And I also have a video in the pipeline for Forza Horizon, because there was some news on the campaign stuff for Forza Horizon 6, and that kind of ties in with what I was doing already with Forza Horizon 1, because I was trying that out. So you can look forward to that maybe on the weekend if I'll manage. But yeah, other than that, probably another stream on Sunday for weekly shorts again. But yeah, thanks a lot for hanging out with me, everyone. Thanks, Rose Artemis, for being here. And yeah, it's been fun, and hopefully we can do this again soon. So yeah, thanks a lot, and see you in a couple of days. Bye.